here too, just in case. And let's see if we can avoid staring at the printer instead of looking over here, because we're supposed to be looking over there.
My bad.
We will be doing this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
ABCD!
Hello, happy campers.
Hello.
I'm Spike.
I'm Chris.
And we're geeking out, and yes, we're trying to shoot video. Whether this setup will work is anybody's guess, but hey, what else would we do for our big 200th episode, right?
That is true. 200. We are at 200.
It took a long time. We just now got $5 worth of funding from Spotify. But it has been a long, strange trip.
Yeah.
And over the next few weeks, like I said, this is our 200th episode, so we've been promising some extra stuff. We do have some stuff in the plot line. Among other things, I'll be posting some bits and pieces from our older episodes up when I get the chance, so you can see just what we've looked like over the last 4 years.
And there's nothing that's changed. Look at this.
Changed up here, but anyway, we also have 2 new shows. Well, one new show, one old show that's coming back, which I didn't think it would. Yes.
Well, technically 3.
Technically 3.
Yes.
Okay, explain what the 3 are to
Cooking.
Chris. Huh?
Cooking.
Cooking. Okay, Chris is trying to give away the story here. We are discussing a show called Rookie Kitchen that basically would be setting up a camera in my kitchen and me trying to show you how to do basic cooking techniques for teenagers and young 20-somethings to learn how you can actually make food that is edible. So the beloved daughter does not need this. She's actually figured out how to cook, but the beloved son, on the other hand, anyway, that is in the future. But we do have 2 shows premiering this week. Of course, we've got Geekin Out 200. We're going to try to have this out. It is currently Sunday, September 4th, 2022. Okay, it's Labor Day weekend, and we're doing this crap. Okay. It took me 15 minutes to get this freaking camera to work. I'm hoping the camera's actually working. I've got it hooked up to my desktop here, and I keep wanting to look at the screen over at the desktop, and every time I do, it looks like I'm not looking at you when I should be looking at you and not looking at the desktop. And Chris, meanwhile, has no idea what a desktop is because he's never used one. So,
I know what
you know, whippersnapper. With any luck. Now, with our luck, we're just going to get the audio because I'm recording it on my smartphone. So
200th episode,
the
ladies
200th
and gentlemen,
big episode.
And we have not come far.
We're still using the same camera we had 4 years ago. It's just now I think I finally got the boom mic figured out, I hope. But I'm recording audio backup just in case I get the video and the audio doesn't record. Then I've got it on the smartphone. If the video doesn't record, I've still got it on the smartphone. And if the smartphone doesn't record, we'll be doing a 201st episode.
Backup.
Backup.
Is what we got, basically.
So, essentially, like I said, we've got Geekin Out 200 to do today. Later this week, you're going to see an old show return and a new show premiere. We will be working on a new show called Back Rack Video.
Oh, yeah.
Now, like I said, we're recording this on Labor Day weekend. Okay, we're recording this on Sunday of Labor Day 2022. Your top 2 movies. Chris, can you remember what the top 2 movies for the weekend is so far?
Spider-Man No Way Home and Top Gun Maverick.
Spider-Man No Way Home is 8 months old. Top Gun Maverick was released for Memorial Day. Okay, and those are your top two films of the week, Labor Day weekend. That is an extremely bad sign for Hollywood. All of their new stuff is crapping out. So, what we are going to do, what that has to do with us, is that our new show, Backrack Video, I don't know how many of you remember video stores, but they always had the new stuff in the front. All the new releases were in the front, like the DVD cases, the VHS and stuff. All the new stuff was at the front of the store where you'd see it when you first come in. And then you would get past that and you would see the stuff that had been around for a month or two. And if you wanted to find the classics, the good, really good stuff and the stuff that had been hanging around for ages, you'd have to go way to the back racks. And when you get to the back of the store and look at the back racks, that's where you'd find all your classic movies, your older TV shows that aren't so sexy anymore. That's where you'd find a lot of the good stuff. You'd find a lot of direct too. But that back rack is what will be going on. So in case we have another Labor Day weekend like this one where the new stuff is crap, let's just say it. If the new stuff is crap, we're going to give you an idea of an alternative of what you could be watching. This week, I'm actually taking the lead on this one. We'll be looking at movies from Mystery Science Theater 3000 that you should watch riffless. In other words, don't watch the Mystery Science Theater versions. Watch the actual movies by themselves because not everything on MST3K is that steaming pile of dog poo bad. So I've got 5. The Beloved actually picked 5 of her own, more or less. So I'll get into that on the episode of Backrack Video. That will be out later this week and probably Thursday night by 7 p.m. Eastern is when I'm planning on having those out. Those we should be doing every week. Okay, just like we do Geekin Out. I try to get the audio out every Sunday night. On Geekin Out, we'll get the audio of Backrack out every Sunday night about the same time. The video here should come out Monday by 7 p.m. Eastern. The video on Backrack should be out Thursday by 7 p.m. Eastern. Pray for me. The other show, the other older show that's coming back, I didn't think I'd actually be doing any more episodes, is the CHORE of Duty. That's the political show. I haven't done an episode of that in 6 months just because it's been an excruciating 6 months. I think we discussed this a little bit last week. The top rated video we've ever done on on the Who What Where Network was where I actually introduced and gave a few lessons on the old World War II cartoon, Reason and Emotion. Okay. This new episode, this will be season 5 of the Chore of Duty, more or less, because I've lost count. So it'll be episode 501. Episode 501 is called Education for Death. This is another Disney World War II cartoon. Basically, the subtitle is The Making of a Nazi. And it explains how children were indoctrinated by the Nazi culture back in World War II. And you may see some eerie parallels going on between what happened back then and what's happening now in the name of progress. But that's over on the political side. I'm going to say one more thing now that I've said that. The Chore of Duty, this episode 501, I'm going to try to get out on YouTube and Facebook. I'm also restarting the Who What Where Rumble page because Rumble at least has a reputation for letting stuff go. So if you're watching us on YouTube or on Facebook, there's a chance that if I do too many political videos, it'll kick us off, and then we won't be able to do Geekin Out or Backrack Video, which is the main things we do. So if I'm doing something and I think there's a chance that YouTube or Facebook might throw a stink about it, I'm just going to release it to Rumble and then release a blurb on YouTube and Facebook explaining you have to go over to Rumble to watch it because it's the only place where we actually have free speech. So, now that I've squeaked that. So, we are 10 minutes in. We haven't done a bit of content yet, Chris. Awesome.
Well, we are the content.
So, you were wanting to try to watch the new well, not new. Spider-Man No Way Home, the More Fun Edition, I think is what it's being called. It's truly what it's being called.
Yeah.
It's being called the More Fun Edition because I think they put another 10 or 15 minutes of cut footage into it. But it's Labor Day weekend. We just didn't get around to it. And it's been raining a lot, so screw it.
Yeah.
So, no reviews.
Yeah, well.
But on the other hand, like I said, #1 film in America. Now, if I were IIRC, as of Friday night, they had made $6 million on Spider-Man No Way Home. More Fun.
Yeah.
That is on an 8 or 9 month old movie, y'all. Come on, Hollywood. For goodness sake, you're supposed to be entertainers. Entertain us. Don't sit there and lecture over and over. Okay, there's a movie coming out later this month. What was it called? There's a movie coming out. Yeah, there's about 15 movies coming out. He's trying to remember which one.
Yeah, it's like
The Woman King.
Oh,
Or
the
whatever it
Woman
was.
King. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's explain what the Woman King is. It's raining outside right now, so we may
Wow.
be picking up something. But
The Woman King. It's based off of a true story of a group of. I'm trying to remember because I did learn this in school. Believe it or not, actually, I'm actually surprised I did actually learn something that was actually worthy of learning. But it was about a tribe that were, I think it was England that was coming over trying to basically get slaves and stuff like that. And this tribe was like, no. And they had like a bunch of female warriors that fought them, and it's coming out as what's her name? Oh, something Davis.
Viola Davis.
Viola Davis. Yes. So I mean, it looks really really good. I'm excited about it. So.
Well, it sounds exciting, but when does Black Panther 2 come out?
December, I think.
Okay. May have enough space between the two movies that this is not so much of an issue, but how many women are going to be in the new Black Panther movie? The correct answer is all of them. Is the new Black Panther going to be male or female?
Probably female.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be.
That's what we're hearing, is that it's probably going to be Shruti? The little sister who is
Siri, whatever. Yeah.
Don't say that too many times, get the iPhone awake.
Oh.
Either way, how many strong black women rulers of African nation movies do we need in a 3-month time frame? And question is, would The Woman King have been made if it wasn't for the delays on Black Panther 2?
I mean, I don't know.
Who can answer? Who can answer, honestly? I can answer. It wouldn't have been done. But it got done. Hey, it's cool. It's all cool. But Hollywood has a long history of eating each other's lunches, so more power to them. Y'all can have it. I don't care. I don't care. I just don't care, Chris. I do not care. Matter of fact, looking at the movies releasing this month, September 22, I don't see any reasons to go to a theater. I see nothing.
Really?
Nothing.
Black Adam?
I thought Black Adam was coming out in October. No, that's actually coming out later than that, isn't it?
You know what? I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore.
He don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know. All right, so it's like I said, it's a dearth of content out there. Luckily, we have an answer, and hopefully it'll be out later this week. So, Chris, you have newsy type stuff for us, newsish type stuff. Anything else you want to talk about?
I mean, if you want to call it news, we can call it.
We call it news-ish because it's not really that news.
It's not really. I mean, I was looking, but I want to be absolutely honest. There wasn't really that much going on, and the stuff that is going on, we've talked about on the show so many times that honestly, I'm just tired of talking about it. If that makes any sense,
Oh, that's
it's like I don't care about the Snyder Cut no more. I don't care about the Flash thing. I don't care about. We talked about it. It's not like you have not heard about this before. So I chose a few things just to talk about. So yeah.
gonna talk.
Well,
Talk.
I'm
Talk. Spit it out then, man.
okay.
Start at the top, start at the bottom, start somewhere in there.
All right.
The only way to stop getting deeper in a hole is to stop digging.
Okay.
But the only way to start a hole is to start digging. So you start, you waiting on any year. Come on, buddy.
So
Let's go.
anyway,
We're on sparkling video right now. This is like 4K UHD, cajillion different color depths and stuff. We're recording in 4D. What do you want?
see what I got to do with this? Okay. And stop looking at that.
I'm not even looking at the screen. I'm looking at my modem. I'm trying to figure out what it's doing. I am out of practice when it comes to electronic stuff, but I am still in practice enough to stand there and stare at the blinky lights. All right, good stuff.
All right. Winnie-the-Pooh, Blood and Honey. Yes, the new horror movie coming out that has Winnie-the-Pooh going on a killing spree. The trailer dropped, by the way. The new so-called red band trailer, which honestly, there wasn't nothing red band about it. But, yeah, okay.
For the record, red band trailers are usually mean that they leave the explicit content in. They don't submit it to the MPAA for clearance or anything. Go ahead.
The people behind Winnie-the-Pooh, Blood and Honey, isn't going to stop there. So expect the unexpected with two more properties, Peter Pan and Thor.
Peter Pan is going to get him in trouble because they can't go anywhere in the British Commonwealth with it because it'd be a copyright violation. Because the Queen herself actually extended the copyright on Peter Pan because it benefits the Queen, the Royal Children's Hospital, I believe, something like that.
Oh.
So if you're
in
a so that takes care of Britain, that takes care of Scotland, that takes care of Northern Ireland, probably takes care of Ireland, takes care of Canada, takes care of Australia and New Zealand because I believe they do respect that. And a bunch of other British things, hither, dither, and yon, so probably including the Falkland Islands. So good luck with that one, brother. As for Thor, yeah, Thor is public domain, but you got to be extremely careful you don't put any blondes in it.
Well,
yeah.
Interesting.
Marvel has the right to the images they created for Thor and the Pantheon. They don't have the rights to Thor. Because it is a Norwegian thunder god, therefore it is public domain. Anybody can make a Thor movie, but only Marvel can make a Thor movie anybody actually gives a rat's crap about, which is not me.
Well, more things that you will probably not give a crap about.
No.
Actor,
Never have, never will.
Actor William Zabaka, I don't know. I know I'm butchering that name.
Zapata.
But the star from Cobra Kai says that they will be a possible movie trilogy after the series ends. Can you hear the rain? Isn't it relaxing? It's like background music, you know?
I think God's still crying over the red band trailer of Winnie-the-Pooh.
I am too.
Okay, so they're going to do a trilogy based on Cobra Kai.
Yes.
Okay, I would, ironically, poo-poo it, but the TV show they did was actually a heck of a lot better than
The show
all
is amazing, surprisingly.
all of the Karate Kid movies put together. So
People are like, seriously, like I'm one of them that really is digging the show. The show is really, really good. And I'm like, with everybody else, like, we really didn't think that this was going to be that good. And it is really good. So, yeah.
again, that's what happens when you use an existing intellectual property and you go in an interesting new logical direction with it. Okay, now honestly, for those of you who have watched Cobra Kai and watched the Karate Kid back in the day, have you watched any of the Karate Kid movies since you saw Cobra Kai?
Actually, yeah. I went back and watched the first.
Do you feel a lot more sympathy for the bad guys in Karate Kid now? At least a little bit more sympathy for them? Because honestly, they're right. Danny didn't earn a bloody thing. All he learned how to do was how to shine his master's car. His sensei's car is all he learned how to do. And he's got, what, one move, the little kick, and that's it?
Yeah. That is true. That's true.
I say again. This is like the difference, for wrestling fans, this is like the difference between CM Punk and Kenny Omega. Okay? CM Punk is one everybody hates right now because he's harshing everybody's mellow. Kenny Omega is the Danny Watsis from Karate Kid of professional wrestling. And that made sense to about 3 people watching, which is fine because we only have about 7 or 8. What else you got?
So how many Marvel movies has there been since Disney took over?
Theatrically released movies?
Yes.
That's a good point. 3?
3?
3?
Really?
4? I have no idea. I don't pay attention to the Marvel movies anymore. I honestly don't know.
Well,
40?
I actually thought he would have a whole lot more.
40? I don't know.
Okay. Honestly, I can't really.
400?
Honestly,
You don't know the answer, do you?
I don't know the answer.
You had to go and ask a stupid question where you didn't know the stupid answer.
No.
And when you play stupid games, Chris, you win altogether now. Stupid prizes. Go ahead,
But,
Chris.
I mean, if you stop and think, you have all the Captain America movies, all the Avenger movies, all the Guardians movies, all the Thor movies, all these movies. There's a huge list. There's like 20 some odd
Disney
films.
buy Marvel?
Well, here's the thing. That's why I was bringing this up, because they are actually celebrating their 13 years since Disney bought Marvel Studios.
I still remember when it happened. I just don't remember when.
It was 13 years ago.
So it
And
was
we
2009, and that was, what, 8 years after Iron Man?
Was it?
No, Iron Man was later than that. Spider-Man was the one around 2001. Yeah, it was Spider-Man that did 2001. Iron Man came 2000... Oh, crap.
Maybe that's
I remember Iron Man.
Maybe that's what's bugging me, because I thought Disney bought them and that's where it all started. But
No.
yeah, I guess
The reason Disney bought them is because Marvel turned itself into a studio.
Okay.
Here's the thing, Marvel, and we've covered this before.
It all blends together.
It all blends together. Back in the 80s and 90s, when the comic book industry was getting hot again, because what DC was doing more than anything else, The Dark Knight Returns, 300, all this other stuff was coming out, all the really good stuff that everybody loved. Marvel had all these super hot properties, and they had frittered them all away. I think Roger Corman wound up the rights to Fantastic Four at one point, for crying out loud. Which is still reportedly one of the worst things ever put on film. And this is from somebody who's watched the Frogs Marathon. Anyway, it took years before all those contracts expired. Marvel got the rights back, And some billionaire named Avi Arad had gotten a hold of. No, it wasn't Avi Arad. He was the guy in charge of the studio. It was Ike Perlmutter, I think, was the billionaire who bought Marvel and developed the studio so that Marvel would keep more of the money for itself. That's the reason why Disney bought Marvel. Not just for the rights to the characters, but so they could have an extension for the studios, because Marvel movies made a fortune. And even what they couldn't make up for in high revenues for an individual film, they did so many films that made money, they made an insane amount of money. That's why Disney bought them. That's what's been subsidizing Disney for the past 10 years. 13, apparently, according to you.
13 years?
Because heaven knows Star Wars ain't done it.
No.
Anyway, 13 years of
Yeah.
Disney Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Well, somebody's keeping track, I guess.
It's just weird, but okay.
We'll see how long DC lasts at this rate, because boy, they're not doing so hot on the. Are you hearing I'm actually hearing scuttlebutt, and it's been since Scott closed down the shop since we really talked comics. Since we actually talked comics, there's talk now that Todd McFarlane may start publishing DC comics because he has the rights to the toys. Warner Brothers Discovery apparently makes more money off of DC merchandising than they do off of DC comic books and graphic novels. That ain't good, because all their new stuff is, all together now, crap. So, let's see what happens there. Chris, what else we got? I'm hoping we can kind of cut down this episode of Geekin' Out, because 30 minutes here, we usually do about an hour on Geekin' Out. I'm hoping we can get it down to about 30 or 45 minutes here, so then we can do about 20 minutes on the news show, and then get on with our lives, but let's see what happens.
We'll
Let's
try to
see
get
if the
this.
video is recorded or not.
We'll try and get this.
I'll try to get this.
Beverly Hills Cop 4.
Yeah.
That's right. The new Beverly Hills Cop movie is coming to Netflix with a release of what it's actually called, which is just called Beverly Hills Cop 4 Axel Foley.
Which is exactly what it should be
Which
called.
is, yeah, I mean, okay.
The hilarious thing about all of this is that compare the first three movies done in the 80s to 4, which is going to be done in the 2020s. All of a sudden, Eddie Murphy is the establishment. He is the pig that Black Lives Matter does not like. Oh my, please, if you can have Eddie Murphy shoving bananas up the tailpipes of BLM and Antifa, I promise you I'll see that movie every showing for a whole weekend. Please just do that.
Oh, no.
Yes!
No.
My awful impersonations are back.
No.
Yes.
No. Alright, anyway.
They make me do Super from the
They,
PJs.
no. So they got, they released two people that is going to be in the Beverly Hills Cop movie. Taylor Page, which I honestly do not know who that is, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Levitt. He's not bad.
Yeah, I always liked him. So,
He's not bad.
so
Remember,
yeah.
that's it doesn't even matter who else is in the film, because Judge Reinhold was in the original films, and nobody cared because it was Eddie Murphy. The only reason anybody's coming back for Beverly Hills Cop 4 is for Eddie Murphy. Just like the same reason they only came back for Die Hard 6 was for Bruce Willis.
True.
See if his elderly butt could still carry it off.
Yeah.
I did have a Mumford Athletic Department T-shirt for ages after that film came out. Loved that T-shirt.
Figures.
Absolutely loved it. Good.
Jordan Peele
No.
teases that there might be a sequel to Nope. And
Pull it. Yep.
and get more answers about some of the characters that is in the movie, some of the mystery.
Time out.
What?
Jordan, no. Don't do that. Don't reveal anything about these creatures. Don't go into their background. If you do that, all you're doing is making Predator movies and Alien movies. Don't do that. No.
Oh, yeah, I
No.
didn't hear about that.
Remember Friday the 13th and Mrs. Voorhees. Once you found out what it was about, if you got to do it, get it over with quick. Should have revealed it in the first movie. Now you can sit here and you can just fritter away and make a fortune off of slasher flicks and stuff and jump scares. Don't explain. It's just like with comedy. If you got to explain the punchline, you shouldn't tell the joke.
You are right. Yeah,
Yes,
you
I'm
shouldn't.
right.
Yeah.
I'm always right. I'm to the right of you,
And-
not on the video, but I am to the right of
And,
you because there's nobody to the right of me.
I swear he's not drinking.
Hiccup.
Yeah, Nope. No, listen. If you have not seen Nope, I'm begging you to please go watch it. I know there's a lot of people that doesn't understand it, and that's because they don't understand the process of a good story.
There are people who think that Nope is a woke movie. I mean, if
It is.
the first 10 minutes are cringe, okay? If you're that offended by woke stuff, just seeing the one white chick in the entire film sitting there sucking her teeth and acting like Fran Drescher with the stick up her butt, that is cringe enough. This is not necessarily a woke movie. Yes, they keep pointing out that the first cowboy in Hollywood was black. That's fantastic. Mission accomplished, move on. But all in all, the movie is better than I thought it would be, mainly because of the detail, the attention to detail he's putting into it. It deserved better at the box office. I'm glad to see it's doing well in streaming, apparently. So
Yes. It is. You need to watch the movie. It is really good. It is. I like to say it's a very unique movie because you definitely have never seen nothing like this. And this is, in capital letters, WTF in a good way. Basically, that's the best way to explain what Nope actually is. It is just a... You're going to walk out of there going, huh, I didn't know I needed that in my life. I'm glad I actually experienced that. That was wild. And then, so...
I mean, it was one of those things. I could see why it's taking off on streaming the way it is because I can't remember what score I gave it. I think I gave it a 3 or 4. I know I didn't give it full price, but yeah, this would be a perfect movie to watch on Netflix. So, okay. But anything else?
Speaking of too much of a good thing,
Oh,
yeah, you're gonna hate this one. Since Maverick, Top Gun 2, is doing so well,
here we go.
they are talking and doing a third film. Of course, whenever something makes money, they're like, hey, let's do a sequel.
That's the Hollywood way there, son.
So, yeah.
There's nothing unusual about it. But yeah, it's one of those things where if it's going to make money once, it'll make money 1,000 times over. That's not even Hollywood, that's business. Because everybody piles on. Yeah, everybody piles on. Everybody wants a piece of the pie. So you get one guy who comes up with the creative idea, everybody else has to pile on, see if they can take a taste. But,
Sad.
so, if that's all you got,
That
Chris.
is all the news
all
I
right,
have.
that is all the news he has. So we're going to wrap it here for Geeking Out. Like I said, don't forget, we've got episode 501 of the Chore of Duty will be coming out Tuesday night at 7 p.m. That one will not release to audio podcast because there's not a whole lot of talking in it. If I release anything, I'll release the audio of the cartoon into it because otherwise it's just going to be like 3 minutes of music at the beginning and the end. So keep in mind with that. We are about to record our first episode of Backrack Video. Like I said, the audio for that should be up later tonight, Sunday. And then the video should hopefully be out by Thursday night because that one's going to take a little more effort to produce on the back end. But in the meantime, Chris, anything left to say before we wrap this one? Ironically,
Thank you.
the big 200th episode is one of the smallest episodes we've ever done.
Yes, but thank you all for the ones that has been watching. Thanks for all the support. Hopefully, with all the new stuff that is happening, we will get your, maybe like get your inputs in, message us, talk to us.
The email's still up, by the way, whowhatwhere at gmail.com. That's WHOWOTWARE at gmail.com. And you can email. I do get those emails. I've never gotten an email off that account. Mainly because I just haven't been running all that information on the bottom of the screen in
Sure.
months, which, by the way, if any of you noticed, is now running back across the bottom of the screen.
And also make sure you check your spelling, because you would not believe how many people who don't know how to spell who, what, where, the way you spelled it.
Even though I spell it out every single time, but it's... If I could do who, what, where, the way it's properly spelled at gmail.com, I would, but somebody already took it.
Oh.
So, anyway. So remember, there's 2 O's and an A and an E. And only 1 H. Something like that.
Yeah.
So if you got nothing out, Spike,
Chris.
and we've been geeking out. We'll see you all next week for episode 201, we hope. Hi, y'all.